The former editor of Britain's News of the World tabloid has been arrested over a phone hacking scandal. Andy Coulson went on to be the Prime Minister's press spokesman, but worked at the paper when it's alleged to have intercepted phone calls from murder victims and dead soldiers' families. The 168-year-old paper will print its final edition Sunday. The tabloid's being axed by Rupert Murdoch following the increasingly damaging allegations. A furious reaction gathered pace this week when it emerged that the paper may have accessed the voicemail of a missing teenager, Millie Dowler, who was later found murdered. It's thought some of her parents' desperate messages were wiped, possibly giving false hope that she was still alive. Media analyst Phil Rees tells RT the scandal is likely to sound the death knell over politicians cozying up to Murdoch's newspapers, but says the mogul's empire will stand.
I think something changed this week. You know, for decades, British prime ministers have been on their knees to the Murdoch press because they knew that when the Sun, which is his main daily newspaper here in Britain, when the Sun supported a British politician running for prime ministership, you know, they won it. And then you'd find on the next day, you'd find that prime minister reading the Sun, looking like an idiot, saying, well, the Sun got me elected. I mean, so you've got this demeaning of British democracy, a diminishing of democracy, really, which the Murdoch press was at the heart of. But I think, and there was therefore a silence as well, because important people needed the Murdoch press, and they couldn't attack it because of that. And I think a line was crossed. Rupert Murdoch has a very finely tuned business brain. He has a lot of things going on now. One of them is to purchase the largest satellite network in Britain called B-Sky B, and that decision is about to be approved by the government. That was in jeopardy. I think he felt that as a businessman he had to sacrifice the News of the World because in terms of the whole News International, it's a tiny part of all that. But I tell you, the most important thing, Bill, in my view, is that the political caste who've been sucking up to Rupert Murdoch for so many years, including Prime Minister David Cameron, he now has to stand back and say, no, I can't do it anymore. It's gone too bad.